What in the world, Bo? What's going on, man? It's your boy Big Low Country. I hope that everybody out there is doing great today, feeling good, feeling great. Hopefully, feeling better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world, Bo, in the chat. Also, if this is your first time checking us out, make sure that you hit that like button, share the channel with your friends and family. Don't keep a good thing to yourself, and make sure that you subscribe. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach, avid Falcons fan that love to sit around and talk about sports. I hope that everybody out there is doing good tonight. Um, uh, I definitely want to show love to everybody who's showing love to me. Definitely do. I see that the chat got jumping off a little bit early. Old John Brooks. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all go ahead and get on to it. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, man? So the Falcons are still alive. Let's go, Falcons. 3 Duddy in here. Says, what in the world, Bo? The football guys are allowing the Falcons to hang around. That's right. That's right. Coach D. Sloan says, from what I saw today, we can win this division. We just got to stay ahead and play our game the way it should be played. Start fast and physical and finish fast and physical. Let's go, Falcons. Okay. Okay. I mean, and look, I'm agreeing with everything that y'all saying. You know, Joseph Thornton, what's going on, Bo? I know that you got that oil for me. Ghost Pepper's in here. Says, what in the world, Bo? Purdy is playing lights out. But I give credit to Shanahan. Purdy doing his job and putting the ball where it belongs. Hopefully, Ritter can just place the ball where Marcus Mariota couldn't. Definitely, definitely. And you know that's all we've been saying. That's all we've been saying. John Higgins in here. Big Low Country, what's happening? You right. It ain't over yet. No, man. No. We've only just begun. We just getting started, bro. They shine. What in the world, Bo? That's right, man. That's right. It's really time. It's really time. Definitely, definitely. So, let's go ahead and get on to it. So it's amazing the things that you learn and that you find out when you're not even playing the game. Y'all see, I got my vacation shirt on. Y'all see this? I got I got my vacation Hawaiian Falcon shirt on. Y'all know whenever I wear this shirt, it's either bye week or it's the end of the season. This is so because at the end of the season we like, oh man, that was tough. Raider B says the Panthers won. Sadly, yes, the Panthers did win. This division, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Jarvis, what's going on, Coach? Hope you're doing good tonight, family. Hope you're doing good tonight. Anybody can get it, Bo. Padre said the coach get abducted. Y'all run a little bit late because I run a little bit late. I had to get right. Coach Rona said, "Hey, you need to throw that shirt in the dryer before you get in there, before you jump up in front of everybody. You can't be going online with a wrinkled up shirt." So I threw it in the dryer, and it still might be some wrinkles in it, but hopefully they fall out like Tom Brady did today. While I'm watching this show tonight, if you see me looking to the side, I'm actually watching the Dolphins, this Dolphins game. Hoping that they could beat these Chargers. Coach Grandide's a G12. He a big Dolphins fan. So, and I also got Tyreek Hill in my fantasy league. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best. Out of your Falcon mind in here, says Big Low. It's a great Sunday night, bro. Great thumbnail for the start. I appreciate it, Coach. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. And yes, anytime Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lose, it's a great Sunday night. Clay Melton in here, he says, ready to see Ritter time. Yes, we are. Ron says, yo, Big Low, what's going on? What's going on, Coach? Hope you doing good, man. Padre says, Coach Lowe got the studio mic. He about to bring them bars. I don't know about that, Coach. Oh man, Alberto's a Big Low happy holiday. Well, thank you so much, family. Thank you so much. Lee Ross says, Big Low, we need better play calling. Look, let's admit it. The offense has been a problem. We have to fully acknowledge that. But can we say it's the play calling, or has it been the execution? those are the kind of questions that we have to ask, and we have to determine these last 4 games, because these last 4 games are going to determine the trajectory. I mean, let's be honest, of this franchise for the next 7 to 8 years. So we're going to kind of see what happens. Bottom boy Phelps says Ritter gonna ball out. Just wish he get a chance to throw to the unicorn. Yeah, I know it, man. I hate that. Kyle Pitts ain't gonna be there to catch no passes from him, but hopefully he could go ahead and build the foundation for next year. That's the hope. That's the hope of which Raymond Collins says, hello. He says, we got a tie more to go. Wait a minute, we got a time more to go. Go Birds. Okay. I hear you, Raymond. Oh man. So basically, we're at that point where we're coming down the home stretch. First of all, football season has kind of come and gone, right? We done had the Heisman Award, and Caleb Williams won the Heisman. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Stetson Bennett for being nominated. A lot of people didn't think he deserved to be the quarterback, and he's won a national championship and was nominated for the Heisman. Here we are with 4 games left, getting ready to play the Aints next week, and we still have a chance to make the playoffs. A lot of people didn't think this would be the case. Now, first of all, let's acknowledge a lot of it isn't because of us. Let's counter the buck. The Panthers, the Saints, and the Buccaneers haven't been playing their best, right? Ain't it a whole nother world when Tom Brady, the quote unquote GOAT, loses to Mr. Irrelevant? This is what I mean whenever I say that. It's one of those cases, guys, where you can't put quarterbacks against quarterbacks. Right? You can't just go up here and say, hey, Tua beat Herbert, because it's one team going up against another team. But at the end of the day, I mean, when it comes to that Tampa Bay game, Ty Bowles got out, coach. Kyle Shanahan, he's different, Bo. I know what y'all gonna say. You're gonna say, hey, coach, you be getting naked for Kyle Shanahan and everything, but did y'all see what he just did to Tampa Bay? Like, he called a heck of a game. He called a heck of a game. And that's what Coach was mentioning earlier when he was talking about we need better play calling. What do we really need better play calling? Or is it one of those situations where Marcus Mariota hasn't been executing the plays like we need? So this is the first 1-2 question that I have today. If you feel like we need better play calling, and Arthur Smith he's not up to snuff when it comes to calling plays, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's because of Marcus Mariota and his inability to play the quarterback position, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. Mama Country always told me to fill the room out before you start talking. So here we are. Here we are. Robert Curry said, what up, Coach Lowe? Lowe. Coach Lolo. What the word? Oh man. Little Black Falcon in here says, so Low, you say we have a chance. So you saying there's a chance. Yes, I'm saying there's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. And we're also going to talk about who do we need to be worried about the most in this division. Man, when you really need to do an NFC South roundtable, right? When you really need to do one. Panthers won today. Tampa Bay lost. Falcons and Saints sitting still. Now we all a game within each other, right? So when you really need to get a NFC South roundtable, Ray McCall says, "My bad, Coach Lowe. A little more to go." Yeah, there you go. A little bit more to go, Coach. So basically, I said, who do you like? What do you put it on? Do you put it on the play calling? If you put it on the play calling, put a 1 in the chat. If you put it on the actual execution of the quarterback, put a 2 in the chat. And I'm eager to see what everybody's comments are, because these next 4 games are going to answer a lot of questions. They're going to answer whether or not we have our quarterback of the future. They're going to answer Can Arthur Smith actually call these plays for this team? Can he coach and be the offensive coordinator? They're going to answer a lot of questions for us. So let me see what everybody's saying. Coach Will Amy says it's on the coach. He said it's on the coach, coach. Iron Mike says 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. John Higgins says it's on the quarterback. Coach Sterling Wood says it's on both. It's on Mariota and Arthur Smith. Coach Tim says 3 because both maybe. Okay. Ghost Pepper says 2. He's putting it on Marcus Mariota. Dirty Bird says 1 and 2. Those WWE wrestlers are sus. Okay. Oh man, Six of Cereal says Purdy played his first game today and he made more big throws than Marcus has his whole year. You know what, coach? That's crazy. That's crazy that you say that. And you're completely right. I think one pass over 40 yards, one pass over 30 yards in the last few games. And I think that one was to Demir Bird, you know, that miracle comeback against the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. Iron Mike says both and some other issues. Yeah, we definitely got to consider the defense as well. Alberto Molina says 2. Says you got to put this on Marcus Mariota. Coach Padre says 2. You got to put this on Marcus. You can't just put this. You can't put this at Arthur Smith's feet. And I understand. Dirty says Ritter don't have any bad pro habits yet. He is coachable. Okay. Will Amy says we need get better game management and some adjustments. Okay. See, that's that. We think alike because that's that 912 intuition coming through. That whole low country boy intuition and smarts coming through. I see you, coach. I see you. Raymond Collar says 1 and 2. Get it right and let's go. Robert Curry. So it looks like everybody's saying it's a combination of everything. Of course, Molly Mall's in here. You know, he just don't listen. He don't want to pay. He don't never pay attention. The only time he listened when we say get naked, then you know he the first one. He was already naked. I mean, he just don't listen. Sing the Cereal. He says 2. He says that it's one of those situations where it's on the quarterback. The Dixon way says Hawks with the last minute alley-oop win tonight. Let's go. I seen that. I seen the Hawks got that dub at the last second. JBM says you got to put this on Mariota. Falcoholic Yo says this is the time of year where you need strong running game, and we have that. Need to use it heavily. Yes. And you need to pair that. You need to pair that with your hopefully newly found passing game. If you could do that, you in high cotton. You in high cotton. So I'm gonna chime in and let y'all know what I think. I think to a certain extent it's a combination of both, but I think out of everything, I think Marcus Mariota caused Arthur Smith to change his play calling a little bit more than he expected. Look, you know, you're only as strong as your weakest link, and I'm going to be honest with you. On the offensive side of the ball, you know, with the magnitude of that position, Tyreek Hill just won't catch no passes. I'm sorry, but on the offensive side of the ball and the magnitude at that position, I really and honestly feel like Marcus Mariota kind of stifled our offense. And the fact that, you know, it was one of those cases where we kind of stuck with them and kept trying with them, I really feel like that put us behind the 8 ball, and that's why we're in the situation that we're in now. If we would have had competent quarterback play, I honestly feel like we could have been 2 games ahead at this point in the season. I'm just being completely honest, coaches. I honestly feel like we could have been 2 games ahead, but it's one of those cases where since Marcus Mariota couldn't make those throws, and since Arthur Smith was trying to help his wrestling buddy, it's he kind of changed things up a little bit too much, and at the end of the day, that kind of handcuffed us, you know. You try to fight somebody with one hand tied behind your back. You can't do it, unless you're big low country, but you can't do it. So it's one of those cases where, yeah, we can say it's a combination of both of them. I will say that as far as the coaching, I feel like the actual overall general coaching comes into play because I would feel like a lot of y'all would be in agreement. It shouldn't have taken this long. It shouldn't have took this long for us to make this move, Bo. It was obvious. The writing was on the wall like a Destiny's Child album that Marcus Mariota was not the guy. We wanted him to be the guy so bad. We showed him a lot of love, and we was cheering for him. But he's a nice guy. Nice guy. But we know that at the end of the day, for this offense to be successful, you got to be able to stretch the field out. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. So let me see here. Joseph Thornton says the Panthers are copying what we're doing. They're running the ball. Yes, they are. I feel like they discovered Chuba Hubbard, and we're actually going to touch on that a little bit later, Coach. You keep that in mind, and you might have to remind me about it later because I want to make a point about that. Molly Moss says, Big Low, don't talk about the Pelicans. I'm crazy naked for my team. I hear you, Molly Moss. Look, Molly Moss, we're gonna be in New Orleans on Friday. So I don't know if you're working or whatever, or if you available to meet up, but yeah, we're gonna be down there, man. Reggie Reg in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? What's going on? The Dixon Way says Arthur Smith takes the blame for being stubborn by not starting Ritter earlier, to be honest. And that does come into play. That does come into play. Eric says we need the W versus the Saints, plus the Panthers loss and the Bucks loss. We sitting in third right now. Yes. We need a few things to happen, but I don't see why the Atlanta Falcons can't go 4-0, can't go 3-1. Right? I legit don't see why that can't happen. The Saints, they're on the struggle bus. Baltimore, they actually started their backup quarterback today, and their backup quarterback got hurt, so they had to play an undrafted free agent at quarterback.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we don't know who's going to be their quarterback next week. Then the Arizona Cardinals are a dumpster fire. They can't play defense to save their life, and Kyler Murray, he's too busy trying to play Call of Duty. He don't want to play football. Can't even get him to play Madden. So
You want to play Madden?
I don't see why. I don't see why this. The playoffs don't come down to the last game of the season against the Bucks. I don't know if anybody heard Tom Brady before this game today, which was very unusual and weird to me. Tom Brady came out the day before the game and said, as far as the offseason and where he's going, everything is on the table. Who says that?
Today?
Yes, he said that today.
What?
Yes, he said everything is. I don't know, but he said everything is on the table. So does Tom Brady look like he's really fully committed to the Bucks right now? Does he look like he's fully committed to the Bucks? Nah, I don't see it. It looks like he's already thinking about the next step. In the words of Dr. J and Snoop Dogg, he's thinking about the next episode. He ain't really worried about what's going on in Tampa. He's just feeling his obligation. If they make it to the playoffs, that's cool.
He's only there so he won't get fined.
He's only there so he don't get fined. Wow. Coach Padre says, Coach, I think Mariota tried to wrestle Arthur Smith for his heart again. And Smith put him in that figure four on him this time. You're not getting out of this, Marcus. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Look, I do need y'all to do Country Boy a favor. If you feel like we got a chance to make the playoffs, you need a way to express it. I know that it's 10:24 on a Sunday night. You need a way to express it. Just hit that like button. You don't want to go outside shouting outside in the middle of the street in your neighborhood. You need a way to tell everybody, just hit that like button. That's how you'll show everybody. If you feel like it's not going to happen, you can still hit the like button. That would be your way to express. Either way, you're hitting the like button. Oh, man. NJ says, how do you lose to a SpongeBob caliber quarterback? Hey, we can't say that. I mean, yeah. No, I mean, Tom Brady was drafted in the 6th round. Right? So we've seen it happen many times where quarterbacks taken late in the draft come in and do what they do, you know. Molly Ma says, let me know. Yeah, we will definitely let you know, Molly Ma. We'll be there on Friday. And yeah, we're gonna do it big in New Orleans. Reggie Red said, Big Law, they overpaid Murray. Oh yeah, they broke them out. Whenever you have to put a clause in there saying that the quarterback needs to study film, that should be a red flag. I know over the summer everybody was talking about red flags. That's a red flag. That's a huge red flag. Coach Dre says he need to freaking retire.
What are you doing? What's the point here?
Tom, look, if you think about Tom Brady, think about it. You've been playing football for the last 22 years, almost half of your life. You're considered the greatest to ever do it.
Right.
Everybody jumps. Whenever you say jump, everybody says how high. I mean, it's like, who would want to leave that situation?
Yeah, but at some point you're messing up your own legacy, though, right?
How was Tom Brady met? Tom Brady could leave.
You want to end on a note that in the future, when people who didn't watch you, didn't grow up with you, look back and go, yeah, he left on a high note. Because now these kids who are coming in and taking over, they're like, yeah, Tom Brady is great, but give it 5 years, Tom Brady's still struggling down the line, then these younger kids are going to be like, I mean, he was good, I guess, in his day, but for the last 10 years, he was trash.
I mean, whenever I think about Joe Montana, I don't think about him playing for the Chiefs. Whenever I think about Donovan McNabb, I don't think about him playing for the Redskins.
I just wouldn't like to have any period where people are like, oh, you were bad, especially since he had the opportunity to end winning a Super Bowl with another team.
If I was Tom Brady, I would do the exact same thing. I was the greatest of all time. It's like everybody loves me. You know, I could do pretty much whatever I want to do. Grady Jarrett can sack me, and I still don't lose the game because I'm Tom Brady. It's like, I would do this. You think I wouldn't milk it like a cow? I would milk that thing. You know how I am, Coach Roddy. I'd be out there 55 years old. All right. Ready. Down, say hood. I'd be doing it as long as I could. I'm the greatest of all time. Yes. And every time I do anything that's kind of good, everybody, oh my God, look at him. He's the greatest. He's the greatest. Yes. Yes. 1,000 times. Yes. Look at him. Look at him. He only throws for 1,000 yards a season. But when those 1,000, they're so great. Every time he steps on the field, he breaks the record. Like, yes. He's playing with people's grandchildren. Like, yes. So I'm not knocking Tom Brady. It's like, for my own selfish reasons, yes, I would like for him to retire. But if I was him, I would do the exact same thing. Now, to the point where I got divorced, I don't know if I would do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my wife would have to be on board. If it was one of those situations where, you know, you were like, yeah, you got to retire or we're done, I'd be like, hey, y'all, I'm gone. Hawaiian shirts full time from now on. You know? But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady don't play for the next 3-4 years. Because, he's the greatest, you know? He's just like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan in his Hall of Fame speech, like, don't be surprised if I don't come back after 50 And everybody's laughing. He was like, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's like, that's how it is. That's how it is. Ghost Pepper says Smith's offense doesn't require elite quarterback play thanks to a dominant run game and defense to back it up. He won't need to do it all, and I think that's going to allow him to shine even brighter. Yes, that's right, man. In the words of Rihanna, shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh man. The Dixon Way says, look, we got 63 in the YouTube chat and only 23 likes. Come on, guys, smash that like button for this good content. I appreciate that, Dixon Way. Much love to you. Much love to you. Two Evolve says, Purdy put it on TB12. It was Purdy. Oh man. So moving forward, I do want to ask y'all, and Reggie Reg, he said, hey, Coach Ronnie, I do want to ask y'all let me know. I don't even know if I want to break this out yet. But you know what? Let's okay. I'm a person that's big low. Did you see the AJ Griffin game winner buzzer beater for the Atlanta Hawks? Yes, I did. Oh, look, this is the second one. AJ, y'all remember the alley-oop he caught a couple weeks ago to win the game? I mean, this Hawks team is something different, bro. It's something different. I mean, just wait until they get everything together. You know, Trey, he's going through some things. He's a young man, you know. But DeJounte, he's injured. You never know what you're gonna get out of John Collins, but I still feel like they're gonna make a run. As a matter of fact, I made a bet with my little cousin because he was saying that he likes Ja more than he likes Trey Young. And I said, well, let's see whose team finishes first. Finishes higher. The Hawks or the Memphis Grizzlies. So, you know, for my sake, I'm hoping the Hawks can make a deep playoff run. I'm a person that says, Big Low, something tells me Ritter gonna have a huge game Sunday and the defense balls out and we win by 13 plus. That would be great. My first away game up in the Little Caesars Pizza Superdome. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna the Caesar salad dressing Superdome. We go it's gonna be fun. Man, Ghost Pepper says, when I think about Russell Wilson, I don't think about the Broncos. Broncos country. Let's ride. I don't know what's going on with Russ, man. I don't know. He needs to start listening to some Future for the game to get angry. That's what I think. Oh man. 330 says, should we take notes from San Francisco for our quarterback? Yes, we should. To a certain extent, the Atlanta Falcons and San Francisco 49ers run the same offense, right? Which is why it was so important to get a Kyle Pitts, because we're trying to get Kyle Pitts to do the same things that George Kittle did. Now, the beautiful thing about this offense, just like everybody mentioned earlier, Desmond Ridder doesn't have to come in and just wow. He doesn't have to come in and throw for 380 yards, right? If you have elite quarterback play, you could easily do that, like a Matt Ryan did. But Desmond Ridder, if he comes in, those 250, you good. You good. And as a matter of fact, so far this season in 13 games, Marcus Mariota threw for 200 yards twice so far this season. I want to ask y'all, do y'all think Desmond Ridder has the ability to throw for over 200 yards in this next game? If you feel like he does, if you feel like he can't throw for more than 200 yards, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like he's going to have the same or similar production to a Marcus Mariota, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking. Let's see. Coach Roger says, hey, Coach, we're going to talk about Cam Jordan falling down and acting like he's here for Friday. My neck, my back, my neck and my back. I'm surprised Padre didn't just say, because you know, whenever he make jokes like that, he was like, okay, I'll listen. I'm surprised he didn't do that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Yes, we are going to talk about the Saints in there. Their safety ways.
Anyway.
Their safety ways. And for them to have the name the Saints, boy, they showed up they be trifling, don't they? They're the most unsafe jokers I ever seen. What? Unholy. Them boys is unholy. Indecency, public nudity. Big Q be over there just cussing, just like, dang, Q, calm down. Shouts out to my brothers, man. Oh man. So my question was, do you feel like the Atlanta Falcons and Desmond Ritter could throw for over 200 yards? If you feel like they can, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like he ain't finna throw for over 200, put a 2 in the chat. I think he's gonna throw for over 200 yards. I'm gonna say 230. That's my, that's gonna be my guess. Coach Padre, Coach Eric, Coach Dre Murphy, King Phillip, they all say they think he's gonna throw for over 200 yards. Bubba Gump says, and Dennis Allen is a good coach. It's not his fault. The Raiders were bad. well, whose fault is it for the Saints? When is it his fault? It ain't never his fault, right? Tyler Russell says 1.5. So I guess Tyler's saying they're gonna get 200 on the dot. I guess that's what he's saying. Robert Curry says, who's that running down the field? Yes, Tyreek Hill. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Shout out to Grandizer. Dolphins got a chance to go ahead and get within 3 points. But yeah, I think that I think he's gonna throw for 200. Birds view in here. He says 1. Foxstar Falcon says 1. He goes for 252 and 2 tugs. Okay. Trucker Mike's in here. What in the world, Bo? Ask him how much I can be fined for a fake slip and fall. Oh, you ain't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
He looked to the sideline, and then he was like, almost like, oh, okay. Oh, it just fell out. Yeah, he just fell out.
Oh wait, they were like in the inspired post.
Yeah, I think it was like 3rd down or 4th down. He fell out like our grandma did in church back in the day.
She wasn't that kind of lady. She wasn't falling out. Neither one of them.
Nah, they were. They were.
My aunt now.
Which one?
Valerie. The man was falling out. Oh, take me instead. She's down.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, he falling out. Oh, had to come bring a little privacy blanket. Oh man, Earl Daniels. So it looks like everybody's in agreement that Desmond Ritter has the ability to throw for 200 or more yards. Now the question is, so I'm finna go. Wow, Milan says over 300 yards. You can't beat that. So the question is, guys, they shine. He says over 200 yards as well. So I'm just looking at the schedule, right? And with this schedule, basically the question that I'm asking, so I'm just going over to see everybody that we're playing. And I'm going to look at all the other teams that everybody else is playing. So we got the Saints. Then we got Baltimore, Arizona, and Tampa Bay, right? Now, Tampa Bay, their last 4 games is Cincinnati, Arizona, Carolina, and Atlanta. I feel like that schedule is a little bit harder because I feel like Carolina, and this is something that somebody mentioned a little bit earlier. They said at Carolina, they're playing the same game that we're playing. I feel like Carolina is legit the team we have to be worried about the most because they're finding their game. Sam Darnold looks like he's their quarterback. Um, it's crazy. His name rhymes with Cam. So Cam, oh Sam, moving forward, Carolina, their last games are Pittsburgh, Detroit, Tampa, and New Orleans. I can see them winning 3 or all 4 of those games, or they could come back to earth. You never know. You never know. Then New Orleans, their last 4 games are Atlanta, Cleveland, Philadelphia, and Carolina. I hate to say, what would you say, Coach Ron?
Oh, they gotta play Philadelphia.
Yeah, they got to play Philadelphia. Yeah, they got to play Philly. They got to play Philly and Cleveland and Atlanta. So I just finna step on out here. It ain't cause we rivals New Orleans Saints fans, but y'all ain't gonna make it. Y'all ain't gonna make it.
You know what? This ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna work for y'all. Y'all might as well shut it down. Go ahead and get your Hawaiian shirt. Because so I feel like it's gonna be between the Falcons, Tampa Bay, and the Panthers. I know the Panthers are like a dark horse, but I just see this team really coming into their own. They changed coaches. They're a lot more competitive. Um, Look, they should have beat us both times. I mean, if we're being completely honest, I think it's one of those cases where the Panthers are going to make a push. But I did want to ask the chat: do you feel? And y'all seen the title, y'all seen the thumbnail. Do you feel like the Falcons can win this division? I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on out there to you. If you feel like the Falcons can win this division with our remaining schedule and the other teams' remaining schedule, if you feel like they can, put a 1 in the chat. You feel like it's one of those cases where you feel like it's one of those cases where we ain't gonna make it. Put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know. I just want to know. Tony Wright says, what's popping, Low? Yes, we have an outside chance of winning the NFC South, but the Falcons still have the worst divisional record at 1-3 with 4 games to go within the division. Yes, that's why these last 2 division games are imperative. We have to get them. We have to get them, right? Ain't no need in playing the radio. San Diego, Los Angeles, they driving back down the field. They're in the red zone already. Because Padre says Cam Jordan calling the strong arm because Kim Nugent wouldn't get off that semi truck. Hello, I hang up and listen. There it is. Dun, dun, dun. That's Superman chat. Hi, I'm Ken Nugent. Bubba Gut said, "Facts, coach." I mean, look, I think there's a few things that we definitely need to consider. Tyler Russell said Sam Darnold only had 130 yards throwing. Yes, like Sam Darnold didn't really go off, but he played efficiently. He didn't turn the ball over. Like I said, once again, they've discovered Chuba Hubbard. Dante Foreman ran 21 times for 74 yards. Chuba Hubbard ran 14 times for 74 yards and a touchdown. And Blackshear ran 4 times for 32 yards. As far as the passes, Chuba Hubbard caught 3 passes. He was the second leading receiver. 3 passes for 25 yards. Their leading receiver only caught 4 passes for 31 yards. Right? So it's one of those cases where the Panthers, they literally went into our book and doing the same thing we're doing. Right? The only difference is that we're trying to actually become a little bit more balanced. If we become a little bit more balanced, it's going to be a whole nother kind of situation, Bo. It's going to be a whole nother kind of situation. Earl Daniel says, go Falcons. I predict Ritter 350 passing yards. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Whew, 350, coach. Man, I don't see us throwing for 350 just from just merely from the amount that we run the ball, right? if we run the ball 30 times, I think it's hard for us to get through unless we just hit on 2 80-yard shots and we end up scoring 45 points. I mean, but look, it can happen. It can happen. You know, Coach Jarvis Williams, he says, Big O, what church did you go? What church did you and your wife go to? And at the end of the day, man, we Christians. That's what it is, Bo. But look, I definitely appreciate it. Coach sound like he's trying to invite us.
Is he asking you because you always at the Mercedes?
I was at Mercedes. There it is. Like, hey, Coach,
Like,
we need to talk.
when you go to church?
When you be going? We Christians, Coach. We Christians. We Christians.
As you can see, I am not there sometimes. So, I just want to throw that out.
Oh, okay. Under the bus. I got you.
Amen.
Hello. All right. But yeah, we Christians, Coach. But hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. But yeah, man, yeah, it's one of those situations where we I want to know if y'all think we have a chance. Padre says they south is drugstore cotton. What in the world? Oh man. Coach Will Amos says now Ritter is our quarterback. Ritter gonna put 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 179 rushing yards on the state. Goodness gracious. If that happens, you know what? Do you know where everybody gonna be pissed off? It's a fine line, guys. Because if we come in and we say, like, let's say we come in and Ritter just goes berserk, right? What's gonna happen? It's gonna be one of those cases where everybody's gonna be like, why didn't we put him in earlier, Coach? I mean, Arthur Smith is kind of like in a no-win situation with this whole
thing.
Didn't want to put him in. You think so?
It got to a point where he's gonna look foolish if he does well, so he's just not gonna put him in. And everybody's trying to give him credit for being like, oh, coach knows best, coach is doing what's best. No, at some point, this man thinks about himself as well. And by putting somebody in that you had not put in, that people have been asking you to put in, and that would outshine the guy you were riding with, it looks bad on you as a coach.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see that. And like I said, as a coach, I've been in those situations. Like as a coordinator, like, I'm looking at the head coach like, hey, coach, we need to make the switch. The coach like, well, I'm going to tell you, like, we have our coaches meeting outside of the locker room. He's like, look, I don't care what everybody else has to say about 10. We're going with 10. And we all looking at each other like, 10 sucking it up, right? Like, yeah, all of a sudden, like, somebody got to put their hand on coach's shoulder and be like, this ain't gonna work, coach. It's like we literally had to do that because it's like the coach, yes, the coach makes the final decision, but like somebody else had to come in and be the voice of reason, and somebody had to say, hey, coach, it's not gonna work with him. He's not that guy. And he pushed it. Like he gave us pushback. He was like, look, we're not worried about what everybody else is saying. We were like, no, this is what we saying, coach. This is what we saying. We don't care about what they said neither, but we put in like 60 hours this week. So can we get a dub?
Was this actually Arthur Smith's decision though? Because it came after that meeting.
Oh, after that intense staff meeting?
Mandatory staff meeting.
I don't know, Coach Ronnie.
After the petition as well. Some disgruntled man started a petition.
What kind of jerk would do that? What kind of jerk? Michael Walker, what's going on, Bo? What kind of jerk would start a petition for a guy that's getting paid $12 million to do his job right and not be satisfied with it? whoever that is, boy, he's a ooh, boy, why I oughta.
Why? What you want?
Oh man, Richie Rich, what in the world, bro? What's going on, man? Will Amos says because Drake London about to eat on him. Oh, you talk about how you gonna eat on ladder on grab him more? Marcus grab him more. That's why my mom be naked all the time. Grab him more, taking the clothes off. Tony Wright says low. Just as you have, I've been watching football on a professional collegiate level for a long time, and this young man Desmond Ritter really reminds me of a Hall of Fame quarterback, Roger Staubach.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, I only know him from King of the Hill. No, he's talking about King of the Hill.
Oh, Roger Staubach. Whoa.
So I think he's pretty good. If Hank Hill liked him, I like him.
You know, Coach Rhoda, she called me the Black Hank Hill all the time because she says that I'm like a stickler for rules. So,
Yes.
so maybe that's why you like King of the Hill so much, Coach Ronnie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it myself, but you know, I know that I do have like obsessions with like small, like random things. Like Coach Ronnie, she's been watching this Sister Wives show a lot.
Man, it's good, y'all.
I don't see what's so good about it. But
good.
Anyway, it's like the lady, the sister wife, she asked the guy, she said, "Hey, I need to move a camper, but he has a wussy truck." She's just talking about the man's truck. And I'm sitting here like, don't nobody see no issues with this.
But that's why you don't like it.
Huh?
That's why you don't
I didn't like it
before. Talking about the truck.
I didn't like it before
this.
But you don't talk about a man. How you talk about the man's truck? The man didn't do nothing to you. And you know what I'm saying? That's in the words of all my Saints fans, that's disrespectful. You don't be doing that. I might said sometimes a coach's pride gets in the way sometimes. They be like women thinking they could fix their man. Well look.
What?
Look, sometimes men think they can fix their woman too. You know. we seen it now. It go both ways. Basically,
show me a man that hasn't been fixed, and I'll show you a sorry woman. Because that's all we do. All we do is help y'all become better.
There's still a lot of fixing for me, Coach Roddy. I got a lot of work to do on me. Don't think it's over. But Coach Roddy, she has fixed the old country boy.
All right, Mike, do you have a woman, and has she helped you out at all? Answer in the chat. I'll be looking out.
Uh-oh. See, you
I just want to know.
See, Iron Mike, you done started
something. Like it's a bad thing, but guess what? It's a fact. That's what we do. Any woman that's with a man, she's helped him.
But man, that's part of a relationship. The man,
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Saying it like it's a negative thing.
And the man helps the woman. It's like, you know, that's why I said, you know, so it's a relationship. A man also helps a woman too. It go both ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not equally, but yes.
Okay. Okay. I hear you, Coach Roddy. See.
Not quite 50.
See. Okay. All right.
It definitely does go.
Oh Lord, here we go. What? Here it goes.
I'm just saying, it's not a negative thing. It's a positive thing. That you're like, oh, I can help improve, or I can fix something.
All right. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. All right, said, hey. It's just an analogy, Coach. I'll leave it at that. Hello. There you go. That's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do. Get out while you can. Oh man, y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. But look, I'm thinking, first of all, I don't know who all's gonna be in New Orleans next week. They announced that the game is gonna be on Sunday. because I actually fell asleep while while Tampa Bay was getting their head kicked in, but while they were getting their head kicked in between strokes, I heard that they announced the games for Saturday night, and I was worried that our game was gonna be on Saturday night, but it's gonna be on Sunday. So that's a good thing.
Still 1 o'clock.
Yeah, as far as I know. So that's a good thing. If anybody's gonna be down there on Sunday, y'all let me know, because from what I'm hearing, shouts out to the Rise Up tour one time for the fan. They said we're taking over the city. I'm you know, JGP, everybody. I apologize if we come, we'll make sure that we clean up after ourselves. But we taking the city over next week. I'm gonna be there. Me and Coach Ronda, we getting there on Friday, and we definitely gonna go in and do it big. Coach Padre says, Coach Lowe, did you not help improve Coach Ronda, improve her sock game?
Well, that's what I said. I said it does go both ways. I acknowledge that.
And then said, where's your credit? Hello. I hang up and listen.
So Padre gonna act like he didn't improve my sock game, but upgraded his to the gold premium elite sock game. But Padre, don't start. You don't need to just sit there and listen.
He said, I hang up and listen for her. Thank you too. So
I thank him in other ways.
Oh, okay. That's a Superman check. Y'all are crazy, boy. JGP said he's praying for our safe travels. Definitely, man. Definitely. I appreciate that. Also, Earl Daniel says, God, the Holy of Israel, is over their relationship. Appreciate that, bro. We definitely appreciate that, bro. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. I feel like that deserves a little bit more, but it was so loving. But I appreciate that, Coach. I definitely do. Definitely do. You say amen. There you go. But yeah, we're gonna be down there and we're gonna have a good time. This is gonna be our first away game, our first away Falcons game.
Yeah,
we've been to other games, but this is gonna be our first Falcons game away. So I'm eager to see how everything is gonna unfold. I wish we could have got where the other Falcons fans were at, but I don't know who all's gonna be sitting next to us, but I'm sure, we're gonna be doing it big because I'm gonna be live in full effect. I'm sure Coach Ron's gonna be taking some video, of our interaction. Hopefully, I don't get in a fight with nobody. I ain't trying to fight nobody this time. Everybody want to throw hands with the coach. I don't know why. Well, they don't want to, but whatever it's time to. Wait a minute. Coach Lowe's little fish. Coach Lowe's small fish comment. Coach Lowe's small fish said, da, da, da. That's what he said. Throw the Tyreek to him. Don't run. What you doing? First down, though. We'll take it.
Don't throw it to Waddell.
You playing against somebody who got Waddle?
Yes.
Oh,
and
man.
Woo. Yeah, exactly.
Bubba Gump says, hand out the paper bags to the Swampers. I might bring a stack of paper bags I can hand out during the game. That would be great. That's a pretty good idea, Bubba Gump. I might have to do that. I'll be like, here you go. I got some for everybody. You need me to cut the hole out? Just put my fingers through Here you go. I'm finna get beat up, y'all. I'm finna get beat up.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Tyler Russell said, I hate the Chargers, man. Stop pulling for I have the Chargers. Stop pulling. Oh, my bad, coach. Oh. He said he got the Chargers +3.
They also have Keenan Allen, so I don't want either of these teams to win.
Oh my. Ooh. Tua took a little lick there. Jada says one thing about Ritter, coach, he ain't afraid to run. Nah, he's not. And see that, and that's something that I want to talk about. So I don't know if anybody had a chance to put up the film study that I shared on my communities page of another content creator who does film about different NFL teams. I put it on my communities page. If you ain't had a chance to watch it yet, make sure that you do watch it. But basically, he showed like all of the highlight plays from Ritter's preseason game. Well, yeah, from all of his preseason games this season. And what I like about it is that he wasn't subjective. He showed the negative and the positive plays. Now, one thing about it that I noticed, because I actually watched a lot of his college film after they announced that he was the starter, so I could kind of get myself ready, know what to look for, know what to expect. One thing that I noticed is that one thing that he does is he kind of extends plays a little bit too long, and I really don't like that.
That's a bad habit.
Yeah, that's a bad habit. So,
You gotta be Joe Burrow. You gotta get rid of that ball.
you gotta be Joe Burr. You gotta be Joe Burr. So Jada, he says, really, he's not afraid to run. Another thing that I'm worried about is that he's small. Like he ain't got too much meat on his bones. Looks like he ain't put on that grown man weight yet. So I don't need him getting hit too much. Not right now. He ain't running around here ridiculous.
What? What?
Thick thighs ain't saving lives with Desmond Ritter. That's all I'm saying. So he ain't ridiculous. So so with that being said,
Mike Smith.
like who?
Mike Smith. What's the running back's name? Mike.
Oh, Michael Turner.
No, the one we just got rid of. The thick thighs saves lives.
Oh, you talk about
Dang, what's his name? How can I not think of his name?
Oh man, Coach Roddy. You talking about?
Yeah, what is his name?
Oh
I
man.
can't think of his name for nothing. Davis, Mike Davis.
Yeah, Mike Davis. Yeah,
you.
gave me the wrong name. It messed me up.
I said Mike Smith and then I couldn't think.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike Davis.
1 yard.
Alone. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thick thighs. Thick thighs save lives, Mike Davis. Yeah.
He's not thick enough.
He ain't thick enough. He ain't had no cornbread and buttermilk. But like I said, he puts on a little bit more weight. I'd be a little bit more comfortable with him running. And a lot of times people get worried about smaller guys getting hit. Thing is that smaller guys, they get hit, they don't get hurt as much because a lot of times they're a little bit more flexible. So let's hoping that he's doing his Pilates and everything like that, so he helps because scrubs, man. Well, Tyler Russell says Panthers screwed me earlier, so I would like to win this one. Okay. Will Amy says Algier, he about to run them Saints over like a bowling ball, Look, we need all the running back support that we could get whenever we start this rookie quarterback. Coach Dre says, Coach Lowe, I don't know how much longer you're going to be on for, but you said to remind you not to forget about Cam fake hurting Jordan, beloved. Hello. Yes. Thank you so much, Coach Dre. So did anybody see? It's always go back to the Saints. Did anybody see the unsaint-like behavior? The unsaint-like behavior that, yes, pliability, that Cam Jordan partook whenever they were about to get beat by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First of all, Tampa Bay hadn't done nothing the whole game. They scored 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes. They blew a lead. 16-3 lead. I was like, man, boy, it feels good being on the other side of this. I was like, man.
I actually didn't like it.
You didn't like? Why not?
I don't know. I just remember the feeling.
Hey, I mean, look, you gotta be tough. You gotta be tough to be in this kind of game. So
Feel unearned.
I went, I went, I went, I went to Big Q's chat, of course. I wanted to check up on
Oh,
him.
I didn't even go.
Ah man,
I can only imagine.
Big Q was hot.
I can only imagine.
He was hot. His whole thing with his whole issues with Dennis Allen.
Yeah.
Like, he's saying Dennis Allen's the reason, and Mom mentioned that a little bit earlier. He said that Dennis Allen is the reason why the Saints aren't competing in the NFC South. Now, I also watched Q's chat as far as this whole fine, because the Saints got fined $500,000
For what?
for Cam Jordan faking the injury.
Really?
Yeah, they got fined. They got
500,000.
fined five, and Cam Jordan got fined 50,000.
Should have been more.
I think so, but
Yeah, it should have been more.
now Mal he said that Cam Jordan had a cramp in his leg. Now I heard that he actually had they say he had an injury to his metatarsal. Now the thing is that the Saints, I think they're going to appeal this because Cam Jordan he got an MRI done and all kinds of stuff, and he's under treatment. He's been at the Saints practice facility all this week because they're trying to prove that Cam Jordan did not fake the injury, right?
Oh.
So yeah,
Okay.
so it's one of those situations where how can you tell somebody's not really hurt? How can you tell somebody's faking the injury? Now, I don't know if y'all seen the tape. He looked to the sideline first, and then he just fell out. Like Auntie Valerie at church. Like Kate Austin at church. Like, oh.
They're not gonna like you talking about that.
Oh, better I tell over. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, how do you tell if somebody's actually hurt? How do you tell if they're faking the injury to get an additional timeout? That's the question. That's the question. So I mean, it's one of those situations where we got to figure out what's going to happen, and the NFL needs to determine, like, need to put some sort of system in play. I guess they're gonna have to actually determine and look at the medical records to verify that he actually did get hurt. Because if Cam Jordan's out here getting MRIs and things like that, he's wasting time and resources. Like, if he's not actually hurt, you see what I'm saying?
I feel like you know. That's the thing. That's also similar to like women's intuition. There are some things you just know. You and look at all the facts surrounding. I just watched the video. He looked over to the sideline.
Yeah, he looked over to the sideline.
And he made a microfacial movement where he noticed something.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh, okay." He made the facial movement, so somebody gave him some kind of signal, and then he hit the ground, and then he just took a knee.
Yeah,
like,
he just
okay.
Yeah, he just dropped to his knees.
To a knee.
Yeah.
It was
kind of like that kid did that time. Kind of like that kid did that time when they did the Michael Jackson tribute.
He's talking about his high school band. It was a Michael Jackson tribute with no Michael Jackson. Had a little kid dressed up just like Michael Jackson. Everybody's like, "Oh, we can see some Michael. We can see some Michael." Little kid came walking up dramatically to the front and then just took a knee and tipped his hat. And that was it. Everybody's like, "Where's the Michael?" We thought Michael was coming.
I thought I'd been see some spit in there. I thought I was gonna see all that. He just came, took a knee, tipped his hat, walked off. Like, okay. So that's how Cam. That's what he did. He just took a knee. JGP says, Big Low, you and Miss Ronnie, check out Jack Dempsey's restaurant. Feed yourselves with the super seafood platter. Trust me, you'll love it. But go Saturday. They open at 12 noon on Saturday. Appreciate it, Coach. We'll keep that in mind.
He said that the seafood platter has shrimp, fish, crab cakes, French fries, and a side of gumbo.
Hello.
Damn,
Okay.
that's a lot of
You
stuff.
can't beat that. You can't beat. Well, I don't really do the fish.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't really do the fish. I'm gonna see if they'll let me substitute it for something else. And there was another restaurant that I found that because I was looking at YouTube videos and I was like, I want to try some like very authentic places.
Like Cajun or some Creole stuff or what?
Well, so there's this place called Verdi Marte, and they make like apparently they were like one of the first places to make a po' boy, but it's just like it's in the small grocery store. And it's like it's not like the traditional po' boys. It's like they put like ham, turkey, and all kind of stuff.
I love New Orleans food, but that's one thing. I can do without them po' boys.
Oh yeah, well this po' boy look legit.
I'm not a fan.
This po' boy look legit. Um, my mom said, Big Low, all black people eat fish. So, quick story for everybody. Y'all know where I caught that huge fish at behind our.
No, what are you talking about?
Yeah, the picture I took, big fish.
Big? No, no.
Yeah, the big fish I caught. I was holding.
No, I'm not sure. Can you show us?
You such a hater, Coach Jordan. Of course, I can show you.
Yeah, can you show us? I'm not sure.
The picture I took with the big fish right there.
Oh, you're calling this big?
That's a big fish.
Oh, okay.
Big now.
Big
That fish will
now.
come from a frying pan. What you talking about?
Okay.
The tail probably stick out. You got to cook that joke in a wok.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So anyway,
Take a picture.
huh?
Take a picture.
Yeah, picture that.
Okay.
So we built the pond behind our house growing up whenever I was like 5 years old. So almost every day, it was like, hey, go catch some fish. We're gonna eat the fish. So I ate so much fish growing up. It's like now it's hard for me to eat it.
Fish.
Yeah, it's like I eat it. Yeah, I'll eat it. I'll eat some fish, but it's like that's not my first choice.
You don't want to go to New Orleans to get fish.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's not my first choice. So it's one of those situations. But yeah, I still eat a fish now. Reggie Red said, Big Low don't eat fish? Wow. I eat a fish, but if I got a choice between fish and shrimp, I go with the shrimp. That's all I'm saying. Coach White says, Coach Low, but the Cam come back in the game on the next down. I don't think he did. Yeah, I don't think he did. I think he set out the rest of the game. Jared J said, Dragos for my oysters. I check out Parkway for my po' boy. Okay. Our person says, I can't wait for next Sunday. It's about to be a battle. Yes, it's definitely going down. Project said, Coach Lowe caught a whole orca whale. Oh, wait a minute. Coach Dre said he did come back in the game. Oh, okay. That's right. That's a big fish. Yes, sir. You're here laughing. Coach Project said, that's an adolescent fish. Like, wait, what? I might say, Coach Low kill somebody, baby. That ain't right, Coach.
Oh my God.
I threw it back.
You had to. Oh my God.
Oh man. My boss said, Big Low, the game warden need to arrest you for kidnapping the minor for that little fish. Oh, y'all are crazy, man. Jared J said he'll be in the Superdome. So yeah, we'll definitely link up, man. We'll definitely link up. Let's see. Zuval says, nah, man. Ask them about Dundee's. I think I was in the lower ninth ward, Big Low. Bo, authentic New Orleans style eats. I don't know if it's still there, but Bo. Okay. Look. Yep. Dundee's. Definitely. I appreciate that, man. Jaden Knight says that man Ritter said it's demon time, coach. Wait, what? He said it's demon. Oh, that's scary. Man, he talking like that. So y'all know what Desmond Ritter said whenever he got drafted. First thing he said was the whole league done messed up. Like, oh, you talking now we've heard people say that before. We heard people say, hey, the league messed up, but the question is, are you gonna follow through with it? He also said he ain't leaving until this team gets a Super Bowl. So look, Pat McKinley said the same. He was talking the same kind of talk. We've heard it multiple times. Marlon Davidson, whenever you could just hurt a man and don't get arrested for it. Like, so you telling me I can just go out and just whip and assault another man and I ain't gonna get arrested? That's what he said. He said I ain't gonna get arrested for it. And Marlon Davidson, how's he doing so far this season? He ain't on the Falcons anymore. He got cut mid-season. So it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. Yes, Ersky said Lamar said the same thing for the Ravens, though. That's true. He said the league's done messed up. You know, Bubba Gump says, threw it back. Is mama hot skillet for dinner? Oh, I'm so sorry. In the mama's hot skillet for dinner. Yeah, that's good eating. So I don't know why everybody hating on my fish.
It wasn't good eating. I eat the rib.
Yeah, I didn't want to clean it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, man, I only caught like 3 fish, you know.
You would have got it done like that.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing all that. Coach Wild says, Coach Lowe, it's different when a quarterback says something like that, though. Woo, I mean, look, I'm hoping that y'all. So my question to y'all is that what do you think after the end of the season, where do y'all think we're going to be at with our quarterback situation? Do you think it's going to be one of those cases where Desmond Ritter is the clear-cut quarterback for the Falcons for years to come? If you feel like that's the case, put a 1 in the chat. Or you feel like 2, if let's say, okay, if Lamar Jackson becomes available, do you go after him? If you feel like that's the case, put a 2 in the chat. Like, do you feel like Desmond Ritter is going to play so well, or we're going to be like, you could keep Lamar Jackson? You know, I just want to know what y'all thinking. Iron Mike says, would be nothing left if you clean that fish.
Oh my God. Read the next one.
Padre says, when you say you didn't want to clean it, do you mean you had to change the fish diet?
Oh my God.
Well, y'all some haters, boy. Y'all some haters.
Oh my God.
The hate is real. Oh man. JGP said, Mama, just let them have their moment. We having our moment next Sunday, Bo. Next Sunday, we having our moment. So Miguel, he says that if Lamar Jackson is available, he says he's going after Lamar Jackson. Coach Wallace says, Ritter's going to be our guy moving forward. He says 1. Yasursky says he's going for Lamar Jackson. Coach Dre says Ritter's our guy. Trinity Clark says he's going for Lamar Jackson. So far, it's looking kind of split, Coach Ronnie. Padre, Bubba Gump, they put 22 twos in. They going for Lamar Jackson. They put. I mean, you see how the fan base went crazy whenever we said Ritter's the quarterback. I feel like they said that they sold a whole bunch more seats since they announced Ritter as the quarterback. So,
but imagine how many more seats then they would sell if Lamar Jackson is the quarterback.
I mean, you're right. Bubba Gump, he put 4 twos, which equals to 8. Maybe that's a sign. Tyler Russell, he says, you go with Lamar Jackson. I'm a person says, 1, Ritter's the future of this team. I have full confidence in him. Iron Mike says, go rolling with Ritter. Totally right. He just in here laughing. He just he laughing like he's at the club with Julio Jones. Like Ghost Peppers said, you roll with Ritter. Miguel says 2. 210009. What in the world? Coach Wallace says, no, we don't go after Lamar because he's going to cost too much. Just because you got money don't mean you got to spend it. Totally right. He's still in here laughing. Raymond Collins says 1, but Jackson. Oh man. Nate J says, it would be funny, Big Low, if Desmond takes us close to a Super Bowl this year. I mean, that would be crazy. We've seen it happen before. Colin Kaepernick comes in, takes the team in a whole nother direction, and makes a couple of makes a couple of deep playoff runs. Man, Miami, they finna lose. Coach Dre says, I don't want to waste no freaking money on no freaking Lamar Jackson. Don't spend that money on getting the defensive line and offense, and get the offensive line better. Hello. Yes. There's a few things. There are a few more things that we got to fix, Bo. A few more things that we got to fix. Turner Wright says, I believe that Lamar Jackson will resign with Baltimore. I mean, if he does, he's doing some great negotiation. It's actually genius. Yeah, I hit him upside the head, take everything in their pockets. I'm just talking all about your family.
I know.
Hey, Austin. Just pass it out. Roger says, I'm going to get these jokes off, but love you like playing cousins, coach. Nobody else better not say nothing about you. I know that. I appreciate you, coach. Molly Mom said, Big Low, you sang like Key Sweat. You sang that Key Sweat song to that fish. You might be young, but you ready. Ready to learn. Molly fool, boy. Ty Russell says, but Lamar is proven. Said he's done it. He said he's done been there and done it. He done seen it all when it comes to the NFL. But Tony Wright says that Desmond is our guy. Desmond, we
don't have to be great to get rid of those questions. And he only got 4 games to do it. I mean, so if I'm the coach, I'm just gonna say, look, I'm not holding nothing back. It's sink or swim. You're a 3rd round pick. This is low risk, high reward. You go for what you know. If you can't do it, then you can't do it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's just me. Monty Cushioning says, I love Lamar Jackson, but he gonna want to get paid. In my Dolph VC. My Dolph voice.
Oh, okay, my Dolph voice. He gonna want to get paid with the upgrades. We need that. That's what we want. He gonna want to get broke off. He's gonna want north of $50 million. Easy. He's gonna want north of $50 million. He's a former MVP. I wouldn't be surprised if he wants $70 million per year.
Woo!
The thing is that we got $70 million now. We got $70 million now in free cap space. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wants 60. What you gonna do with the other $10 million? That's the question. It's a lot. And it would be cool to have Lamar Jackson, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all something. All you gotta do is look over there at Cleveland. Sean Watson ain't looking good. He does not look good at all.
What about Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson, Broncos Nation, let's lose. Like, just getting a quarterback is not going to resolve your problems.
Wallace Smith's talking about how Lamar Jackson is injury prone.
I know he gets sick a lot. I don't think he washes his hands.
He don't wash his hands. That's problematic for me. Even if you don't believe in the coronavirus, washing your hands is still a good action to take, especially when you're touching all kinds of people in the public and stuff. Wash your hands. He's just taking them nasty outside hands and sticking it straight in his mouth every time and wondering why he's sick for 4 days.
Monty, definitely appreciate it. That's that dun da dun That's a Superman chat. But I mean, look, Coach Wallace is right. Like Lamar Jackson does get injured, and with his playing style, he's going to continue to get injured. Like, do you see Lamar Jackson 4 years from now saying, "Okay, I need to chill out with this running"? That's who he is. He is who he is. He's not gonna stop running. He's gonna keep doing what he's been doing. That's what got him here, right? Miguel says Ritter is nothing. Roll with Lamar or get Bryce Young. Man,
A lot of people are starting to doubt Bryce Young a little bit.
I see that.
Yeah.
But just because he throw it to just because he's not going to the college football playoff, that don't mean that you should doubt him. It's like Stetson Bennett, he's going to the college football playoff, but who would you rather have on your team, Stetson Bennett or Bryce Young? Exactly. Exactly. So we know that before Tua, before Jalen Hurts and Mac Jones came, a lot of these Alabama quarterbacks were, I mean, let's be honest with you, they were failures whenever they came to the NFL. You know, so it's one of those situations where, I mean, we don't know what Bryce Young is going to be because these Alabama quarterbacks, they play with elite level talent on elite level teams. So whenever they come and play on an even playing field, they're not as productive. Now Jalen Hurts, he's playing like an MVP. Tua is playing like an MVP. Y'all know I always like old Big Mac, but no, it's just one of those things. Miguel says, but now, yes, it's looking like hard time.
Down by 9.
Miguel says, but now the Browns have Deshaun and the offense, the field stuff is over. I'm sorry, the off the field stuff is over. We need to get Deshaun. We needed to get Deshaun, but we failed on that. Yeah, but I mean, you seen Deshaun barely, like he drug himself into a win last week. Like they wanted the spite of Deshaun, not because of him.
Yeah.
And this week, it's like
he was better this week.
He was better, but he wasn't good enough to win. Like I was sitting there looking at the game, like Jacoby Brissett might have won this game.
Dang.
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking that while I was watching. Yes, I was like, oh, Jacoby Brissett might have won that game. Coach Water says, and Lamar, he wants that whole contract to be fully guaranteed. I mean, we know how the NFL is. We like to give contracts where you don't know if you're going to get your money, so we can use it somewhere else. We ain't try to give no fully guaranteed money unless you Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if Lamar's a Patrick Mahomes kind of guy. Like he'll make some plays, yes. But Patrick Mahomes, that kind of talent changes franchises. Like, no matter, look, Tyreek Hill left. They got Juju Smith-Schuster. Patrick Mahomes ain't missed a beat. He's out here throwing to Jarrett McKinnon, Gator, Hell Southern. He's out here throwing to Jarrett McKinnon bombs. Jarrett McKinnon just burning people's jaws off. Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, is Lamar Jackson legit? Do you want the quick relief with Lamar Jackson, or do you want to build this team the right way? Build around Desmond Ritter.
What you feel like our coach thinks?
I mean, oh, it was an onside kick. I'm sorry.
Who got it?
I don't know. They was in there battling.
Everybody
pointing their way, exactly.
Everybody's pointing like they got it.
Ain't no telling what's going on in that scrum. Look like Chargers got it. Yeah, Chargers got it. Man, that sucks. Padre said, wait a minute. He has his hands in another man's sweaty butt cheeks for 4 quarters and don't wash his hands. He gonna kill that team like that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Drew Brees was the king of that. He used to lick his hands every play. He would get up on the center. Pull his hands out, lick them, put his hands back on the center. Like, I remember one time they counted how many times Drew Brees licked his hands during the game. I forgot. It was like in the hundreds.
He liked the taste.
But yeah, I mean, look, football's a dirty sport. Coach Brandon Levy, what's going on, Coach? Hope you doing good, man. Coach said, I'm good on Lamar. Yeah, I mean, I rather, but you asked me the question, Coach Ronald, what do I think Arthur Smith thinks? If Arthur, you know what? I'm not going to say. What's so funny? I don't know what Arthur Smith thinks, but all I'm saying is that I think he's going about things with the long-term goal in mind. And if he is, I'm thinking he would be think that, hey, let's build this team for long-term success and put pieces around Desmond Ridder so he could be successful. Because I mean, if your quarterback goes down, you don't want to be a situation where we're just done. Right? Like you just don't want that to be the case.
All that is Lamar Jackson and he can't play, and now you got nothing.
And then you're done. It's like every time Matt Ryan would get hit, I'd be holding my breath. Like, all right, Matt, get up. Get up. Because once he went down, the season was over. You know? But you look at what's going on with the San Francisco 49ers. They're on their third quarterback. They just beat Tampa Bay. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those cases where I'd rather have a complete team with competent quarterback play opposed to, living and dying on the quarterback. Yes, it's cool to have the sexy quarterback. Oh man, we doing good. We got this rock star quarterback and everything. That's definitely cool. But guess who else was a rock star quarterback in Seattle? Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was a rock star quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, he became a rock star quarterback. But whenever he came into the league, the team was already around him. So I'm leaning more towards just rolling with Desmond Ridder, but we got to see what he's capable of doing first. Podger said Drew Brees is a shepherd for the devil.
Wow.
Man, that escalated. Tony Wright says Miami 17, Chargers 23 final. Man, I'm sure my homeboy Grandizer, I know he in his feelings, boy. It gotta be tough. Man, just imagine playing on a primetime football game and your team losing. Oh, we done been through that. At least they were respectable. Like, Coach Dre says, Brandon Levy, yes, sir. Who I'm getting naked for is Jalen Carter. Smitty Sports Machine done got me sold on him. Hello. Jalen Carter would be a good move, but the question is, does Jalen Carter fit this system? That's the question. And you want to know my answer for it? My answer is, we'll talk about it when we talk about our draft talk at the end of the season. That's my answer. When we talk about our draft talk at the end of the season, because look, we still got a little bit more football left. And like I said at the beginning of the show, it's like, we've only just begun. I don't talk draft during the season. Coach Wilder says, Coach Lowe, I think this change for Ridder to start came from Fontenot. That's what Coach Roney been saying. Coach Roney said she think that Terry Fontenot and the powers to be up top said, hey, I know that you and Mario to like to wrestle. We understand that. We have a few builders where y'all could go wrestle privately. But we trying to win, so you need to go ahead and make a move. Brandon Levy says we need a corner, but yes, we do. We need a few things, Bo. We need more than just a corner. We need a lot. We need help on the defensive line. We're gonna need help at linebacker. We need help on the offensive line. We got decisions. We got tough decisions to make as far as Caleb McGarry. We got tough decisions to make as far as the left guard position. There's a lot of things that we have to resolve before we move forward. Um, Kenneth Line says that center that we have is not going to work with any quarterback. Yeah, I I think that the whole issue that we've had with Dogman is that oh, the you boy on TV, Coach Ronnie.
Yeah, I don't like the darker hair.
Okay, Coach
I'm
Ronnie.
not feeling it.
All
I
right.
like the lighter hair.
Okay, all right. All right. You like the weirdest looking guys.
What does that say about you?
That's what I've been asking. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like I used to be that guy back in my single days, but Rajon Rondo and Justin Herbert, boy, that's
my friend said he was cute.
who?
Our friend.
Oh, you talking about the one that like girls.
Okay, but still.
What she know?
You can still say if a guy is attractive.
She don't even like guys.
I can say girls, I think I don't like girls.
Oh, okay. Well,
women are different.
That's weird. I hear you. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Like wait, what? Yeah, you look good. Like like you don't like guys. Okay, all right. Anyway. But yeah, I think the whole situation with Dogman is that Mariota didn't tell them to change. Mariota didn't speak up to him, was like, hey, you need to go ahead and get this ball up, because he was scared that he was going to overcompensate and hike it high. Mariota tried to resolve the issue himself. It's not smart. And this is an assumption. I'm not saying this is actually happening, but I feel like Mariota was just like, hey, don't worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing. Focus on blocking. I'll handle the low snaps. And that's not what you're supposed to do. Yeah, you got to fix it. Monty Cushing says Dogman be having the most inopportune high snaps in league history. Oh man, that is crazy. Tony Wright says Marvin Jones will be going into this season in Jacksonville, and Calvin Ridley will find that slot starting in 2023. Yeah, Marvin Jones, I think he'll definitely be available. I feel like he'll bring a good veteran presence to the locker room. Trucker Mike says, you know how we are. It's going to be the best player available. Yeah, that's how the Falcons do. We're not drafting for fit anymore. We're drafting the best player available, and I kind of like that. It's a little bit more exciting, you know. Really, I mean, it's like for the last 10 or so years, we've drafted for fit and for scheme, and we've reached a lot. It didn't work. Like, let's just get the best player. We missed out on all these generational players. Let's just get the best player available. I like it like that. Molly says, can we talk about the elephant in the room? Are men geniuses? And that's why women look to us for knowledge. Uh-oh.
Or do we make men believe we look to them for knowledge and we actually call them shots?
Uh-oh.
What is true?
Uh-oh. Oh man. Miguel says Desmond Ridder is a guy who can handle the position, but want someone with zero flaws. You're going to try to rebuild around him. You want a Herbert or Mahomes level skill set, and you build around that. Okay. I mean, I guess not. You know, I think the biggest thing. So it's like I looked at Desmond Ridder's scouting report, and everybody said that he does everything good, but the thing that he really wows scouts with is his leadership and his demeanor. They said that he didn't look shook. They said that you could tell everything they heard about him and said he's just a natural leader and everything like that. And I mean, we've seen so many guys like that who, you know, have been successful in the league, you know, So you go from your Joe Montanas to your Drew Breeses, to your Tom Brady's. Tom Brady ran a 6 second 40. You know, went on to you know win what 7 Super Bowls. So it's like the thing is that we also seen guys come into the league with all of these measurables that just jump off the paper. I don't know if y'all remember a Kyle Bowler. Kyle Bowler, they said he could throw the ball 85 yards, standing still. Had a laser rocket arm. When the last time you seen Kyle Bowler? Jamarcus Russell said he could throw the ball 80 yards on one knee. You know, last I heard, but I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna say last I heard. you know, nah, they say he's doing really good. They say he's doing really good.
What does he do?
I ain't going in there.
Oh.
they said, but they said he's doing really good for himself.
Okay. I hope he's keeping it legal. He's gonna be doing really bad. I heard he was ordering from the Cheesecake Factory every day.
You talking about Vince Young?
Oh, that was Vince Young.
Yeah, you talking about Vince Young? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vince Young. He used to take his whole entourage to the Cheesecake Factory every day. Yeah. Jared J says, with 2 weeks off, dominant snap should be fixed. They should be with our head coach, who was a former offensive lineman. The center snap exchange should be resolved. Should have been resolved. But we'll see. We'll see. Coach Tony Wright says Roger Staubach equals Desmond Ridder. Stay tuned. Okay. I'm hoping. Oh, I hope you're right. Oh man. Miguel says, maybe I can be convinced on Ridder, but I won't prefer the raw skill set and a good coaching staff. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I? Okay, Jared J, I appreciate that. He said with 2 weeks off, dominant snaps should be fixed. And they should be. And that's also dun, 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 that's a Superman chat. Yeah, man. Wick said Big Low got on the Pro Bowl shirt. Oh, man, rocking the Tommy Bahama today, man. Tommy Bahama. Tyler Russell says, I love Cheesecake Factory, but every day it's a bit too much. I hadn't ate at cheese. When the last time we had Cheesecake Factory, Coach Ron? It's been, what, about 2-3 years? Man. I mean, we used to love it, but last time we went, it was like, yeah. Tyler Russell said, following up on my earlier comment, Sean Payton said Patrick Mahomes was the highest rated quarterback he ever saw in any draft while at the Saints. Wow. Well, if anybody knows how to scout a quarterback, I think Sean Payton would know how to scout a quarterback. I remember whenever they got Drew Brees, and I remember like he was talking about how excited he was to work with Drew Brees. And, you hear people talk about, their potential partnership moving forward. You hear people talk about it and like they're just serving lip service. But I remember when I heard him talk about it, I was like, oh, he knows something we don't know. I legit remember thinking that. I was like, ooh, this might not be good for the NFC South. And it definitely was. In the words of Johnny Manziel, they went on to wreck this league. But they weren't talking about recreational drug use. Proven says, them Giants got stomped. Good night. Yeah, they got whooped up on. I think I'm more surprised, and this is something I want to talk to the coaching staff about. So a lot of people might not realize this. Minnesota were underdogs against the Detroit Lions.
They were?
Yeah, they were like 2.5 point underdogs. Well, so and the crazy thing is, Minnesota, they came in with just 2 losses. In this game against Detroit, and I think Detroit was like 6 and 7.
Yeah, they won the last 4 or 5.
Yeah, they won the last 4 or 5. Yeah. So the crazy thing is, no, they won the last 5 or 6. No, before this game, and the only game they lost. Nah, they won the last 5 or 6, and the only game that they lost because they started 1 and 6. The only game that they lost was against Buffalo in that crazy game. Yeah, on Thanksgiving. But I heard people talking about it because I was riding somewhere in the truck and they were talking about it on the radio. I was like, man, that's crazy. And I was like, I thought to myself, I was like, maybe I just didn't hear it right. And I was like, okay, well, why would they be underdogs? And then they were saying that Minnesota has won every game by one score. Like every game they won has been a one score game. So I was like, well, maybe they're just like playing to their level of competition. Detroit, legit, on Minnesota today. It was rough. It was rough. And that's right. Brandon Levy says Detroit, they got some hog mollies up front. Panay Sewell, the guy that we were trying to determine whether we should get, and we got Kyle Pitts instead. The boy was playing so good, he even caught a pass today. I was like, dang. So hey, I mean, look, it's one of those situations, man. Brandon says, "Do you see the Panthers with Sam Darnold? A competent quarterback play matters." Yes, it does. And it's just like I forgot who mentioned it earlier. He only threw for 130 yards, but he made the plays that needed to be made when they needed to be made. And that's what and protected the ball. He didn't try to run over somebody who was 260 pounds to get the first down. He didn't do it. He just went ahead and made the plays that were given to him. Miguel says Mariota is giving you competent quarterback play, but that only gets you so far. I don't know if it's necessarily competent because he was missing wide open throws, right? He was literally falling over himself. It's like, and I ain't talking about the falling over yourself when you see a pretty girl, like, oh my goodness, look at her. Like, no, he was like, boom, just taking a random drop back. He was just falling over himself while he was taking snaps. It's like I can't say it's competent quarter. It was sometimes where it legit was comical. It was legitimately comical. The dude tried to throw passes like he was in NFL Street. Like, who does this? First time in my life. For once in my life, I see the quarterback corkscrew pass. I didn't know if I was watching the Olympics and the gymnastics of NFL football. You know how the Olympics and gymnastics, they do the floor routines? I was like, what in the world is going on? Yeah, that was a big catch today for Sewell. Savion, he says, Big Low, I hate the open this division is, and now Darnold's acting like an actual quarterback. He is like Darnold's coming and he's but they came in with a plan and they executed it. The same plan that they came in against the Falcons with on Thursday Night Football and they executed. You know, Brandon Levy says only reason Mariota is not the worst quarterback in the league is because Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson is still playing. Oh, wow. How things have changed. Now it makes you wonder, was it Russell Wilson or was it Pete Carroll? Because Geno is looking like West Virginia Geno. You know, every time Geno lines up, like, they got a chance to win. Yeah. Feel good starting Geno. Ty Russell says competent in certain ways, but not in others. Now, Tony Wright says the Detroit Lions has one of the fourth best offensive lines in football. They have won 5 of the last 6 games, and the Lions can score points. I believe they're second in points scored in the league. Yeah. And this is with Jared Goff, a guy who everybody was thinking, hey, they go get Bryce Young next year. I mean, let's be honest. They're second in points scored with Jared Goff as the quarterback. Y'all seen Jameson Williams catch that pass? Think caught like a 49-yard touchdown pass. I'm like, ooh, Detroit. They stretching the field. Detroit, I'm gonna be honest with you, they remind me a lot of that St. Louis greatest show on turf offense. They were throwing the ball all over the place to everybody. They reminded me a lot of that. So 2016 Falcons. Yes. Yes. Anybody can get it. It don't matter. Ghost Pepper says Mario overthrow the competent. Oh man. Project Warrior, he says, I'm ready to be disappointed in this situation. Could not be teed up better for Ritter. A chance for him to come into NOLA and lead the Falcons to the NFC South title. It could happen. It definitely could. It definitely could. Savion says Mario is not a starter in the NFL. That's okay. He was brought here. He was not brought here to be the answer. He's a stopgap. Yeah, I mean, and we all knew that. Now we wanted the best for him, but we knew that. Look, it's one of those situations where he's not going to be the quarterback here 8 years from now. We all knew that. Chris Rogers says a lot of Falcons fans keep talking about how they're tired of us rebuilding. Don't be understanding if we didn't play Ritter, we would be continuing to rebuild until we saw Ritter. Yeah, that's true.
That's a good point.
That's true.
We have to see them in order to figure out, okay, are we done rebuilding on this piece?
Exactly.
We still need to do more. So yeah.
Exactly. Yes, Ersky says I seen a repost saying they're sticking with golf. Could be true. Could not. And yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, but the difference is that Detroit, they legit could have went out and got a quarterback. Like they could have drafted a quarterback this year. What if they would have gotten Kenny Pickett? But it was one of those cases where they continued to build their team. They built around, the quarterback that they currently have, and now they're second in the league in scoring. Who would have thought that would have been the case with this Detroit Lions team? Whenever they drafted Penei Sewell last year, I forgot what, like fifth overall, sixth overall, they drafted Penei Sewell. We went out and drafted Kyle Pitts, and you would think Kyle Pitts would have directly correlated with a higher scoring offense. Now, Detroit Lions have a higher scoring offense than the Atlanta Falcons. Who would have thought, right? That's why you want to have a complete and balanced team. Tony Wright says, I told people for weeks that Sam Darnold is better than Master Baker Mayfield. Oh man. Coach Wilder says, but Detroit has been drafting with them top picks in the last 5 years, and now it's starting to pay off. But think about this. Dan Campbell just came 2 years ago? It's all about the system and the culture that your head coach is building. Yeah, they've been drafting first overall picks for years. But it's one of those cases where a lot of them just haven't worked. A lot of them didn't follow through. They took Jeff Okudah 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Ain't no telling where he's at now. Yeah, I think he's still in Detroit, but he might watch the game just as much as we do. He just got a better seat. Yeah. I watched some of the Hard Knocks on the lines. And I love Dan Campbell. I think he's a great coach, and I've been rooting for him because you want to see coaches like that be successful. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about building a complete team. Now, one thing about Detroit, one thing they got to do is they got to be able to stop somebody a little bit more. With the way they're putting up points, and drafting Aiden Hutchinson, I'm sure that's helping, but they need some help on that back end. They need some help on that back end. Bubba Gump says Dan Campbell is feeding his players kneecaps every week. He said, yeah, they knock us down, we're going to bite at their kneecaps. Popular things of what in the world, Bo? Falcons eating oil type birds and Seahawks taste scrumptious. Hey man, the Panthers, they came out and balled. I gotta give it to them. They came out and balled today, man. You talking about in peanut oil? Okay. Tastes like Chick-fil-A. Brandon Levy says If you can play physical, you can win, especially at the end of the season. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the game always changes as the season continues to go by. It's like you see the first week and then the preseason, everybody come out, they're all aggressive, physical, but it's like as you start to get used to continue playing football, things kind of relax a little bit. You're not as into it because you done got used to playing. You got used to hitting people. You got used to getting hit. You might not have that same fire, but the teams that are the most successful are the ones that keep the fire. That's the teams that are most successful. You know, that's why a lot of times, that's why Mike Smith gave the whole speech. A lot of people think the Atlanta Falcons are soft. Well, we're gonna show them something. Ain't that right, Arthur? You doggone right, you nincompoops. You're gonna get out there on that field and you're gonna roll your sleeves up. Every time somebody hits you, you're gonna say, why I oughta. Oh man. Miguel says Jameson Williams completely changes Detroit. Um, he'll be a bigger difference maker than people realize. And you're right. You're right. But it's just like Brandon Levy said. It's like we can't be. You gotta be physical. You can't be like Arthur Smith. A lot of people think the Atlanta Falcons are soft. Well, we're gonna show them something different. Oh man, look, man, I ain't gonna keep y'all on here too much longer, man. I definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming on and chilling out with us. Look, I need y'all to stay safe. Make sure that you hit the like button. I forgot. I apologize. I forgot to remind y'all to do it earlier. Um, we're going to the next week. It feels like it's been forever since we played ball, ain't it? We gotta wait a whole nother week for us to play some ball. But look, I need y'all to stay safe. I'm gonna link up with One Time for the Fan on Wednesday for like 10 minutes. So y'all make sure that y'all check One Time for the Fan out. Is that Coach Ronnie? Yeah, we linking up with old Big Q sometime this week, hopefully. I know his schedule's crazy as well. And yeah, we're gonna be going down to New Orleans on Friday. So if anybody's going down there, make sure that you send me an email, biglowcountry@gmail.com. And we'll see if we can link up. And we're gonna try to take over this stadium, Bo. We're trying to take over this Caesar salad dressing stadium. So we're gonna have a good time. Y'all make sure you bring your lettuce, arugula, romaine.
And some good salad dressing. Bring the ranch.
Oh man. But look, man, I need y'all to stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, so you don't miss us next time. Because we get together, we chop it up like this all the time. But look, y'all already know what time it is, man. Let's see if we can get this division, Bo. It's ready time. We ready.